I am done with dating apps and I want to meet somebody in real life. So tonight, even though I'm a little tired, okay, she's a little tired, she had a long work day, we're going out. We're going out because you never know when or where you're going to meet the love of your life. I'm going with my friend, we're going to grab some food, maybe a drink, and keep my eyes peeled, okay? We're going to keep our eyes peeled, see who we meet, and I'll let you know how it goes. But I'm trying to force myself to go out and be social instead of just like be home, you know, because I'm a little tired, but I can be a little tired and talk with my friend and put myself out there just a little bit, even just a little bit. I can do it for a drink. So we'll see how it goes.
Oh, everyone's on their own timeline. Don't worry, you're going to find someone. You're going to find them when you're not looking. Shut the f*** up. Shut the literal f*** up. I can't deal with it anymore. I cannot deal with it when the only male validation I have gotten in the last 2 years is the goddamn crackhead at the Walden Galleria telling me I have the best rack in Western New York. I can't do it anymore. I am crashing the f*** out.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Instead of ghosting, try sending one of these messages instead. Hey, I've loved getting to know you, but I honestly think your body is really weird. I'm not really feeling a romantic connection, but I am feeling a demonic connection. I would love to summon the devil with you. Oh my god, you accidentally went on a date with my identical twin sister. What? I'm personally not interested. I'll go, no offense, but I will see if I can put you back in touch with her. If it's not you and it's not me, then who the hell is flying this plane? But in all seriousness, I think I can do better.
Fascinating.
Oh, wow. That's some really interesting comebacks you got there, sweetheart. But here's my response. I've got a couple of ones set up, so how do you like this one? Okay, all right, no, in all seriousness, here's number 2 for you. Okay, all right, I'm just joshing. Here's the final response to your idiocy. You like it? It took me all of 2 seconds to figure out. It's way funnier than yours, sweetheart.
That's funny because it's so true.
Please listen to me if you are a woman. I was just in the Lower East Side and I was chased by a man. I was there dropping off my friend's birthday present and it's such a beautiful night. It's 7:30. I thought that I was gonna be safe and I'm just walking on the street and I see a man touching himself, fully everything out. I cross the street immediately, like pick up my pace. And then I hear another man from behind me say, "Excuse me, miss." And I did not even stop to turn around. I just started sprinting. Immediately as I'm running, I'm hearing him run with me. Like he is trying to catch up to me. I can't even tell you what that felt like. And he sounded friendly. He did not sound angry.
As many fish.
And it's not a cod.
Lady, your story is already being brought into question here. Now, I will believe you. I'm pretty sure you did see a homeless man pleasuring himself out in the middle of the street, but what do you expect in a city where you literally vote for that kind of crap? No, but I really don't find it all that believable that you started sprinting after some random dude said, "Excuse me, miss." That's really just not how it works. You're lying down awfully comfortably and very calm, and you're not shaking or getting emotional or even crying. So that really just goes to show that you're probably over-embellishing this story to an insane degree just so you can get some internet attention. So yeah, nice try, sister. You're gonna have to try a little bit harder than not at all to convince any of us that what you're saying makes any sense.
He just was very politely, "Excuse me, miss." This is your reminder that there is not a single thing that any man needs from you ever. If you are walking on the street, whether you are alone or with friends, no man should be asking you for the time, for directions, for anything. You do not owe anyone a thing. Because I don't like thinking about what could have happened if I did take that moment to turn around. I did get away from him. I did lose my favorite bag charm in the process. It literally just went flying right off of my bag. But I'm safe, and that's all that matters. You cannot be afraid to be impolite. You need to listen to your intuition. It's never, "I didn't know." It's always, "I had a bad feeling and I didn't listen to it."
Great plan.
Thank you.
He likes your plan, Chief.
You know, with all the crap that we've seen from modern women, we can't put it past her that she created this random story just to have an excuse as to why her favorite bag charm went missing. I mean, it makes about as much sense as anything you said, lady. But you didn't even once mention going to the police, even though you were being chased by a guy in the middle of the night. You would think you'd want to file a police report or something like that, but no, you just went home and got yourself safe. So this story just sounds like an excuse for you to just try to be meaner to people, but I hate to to break it to you, sister. If a man is looking to physically accost you, you being mean to him is just going to make things worse. So yeah, it really just goes to show that you're not only a terrible liar, you also have no idea what you're talking about.
Good, but I would say it's horrible yet terrible. Ugly yet disgusting. You suck.
If there's one thing that you need to learn right now, that you need to start doing right now to completely become an unfuckwithable version of yourself, this is it. And let me tell you, it is not easy. It's probably one of the hardest things you're gonna do in this lifetime, but once you figure it out, you genuinely become a superhero. So here's what you have to do. You need to learn how to become completely and utterly non-reactive and to take nothing in this life personally. That does not mean you don't get to have strong opinions. That does not mean you don't get to have clear values and boundaries, but it means that you know and understand that defensiveness comes from insecurity. And that if someone feels some type of way about you, it's none of your goddamn business.
Not scientifically possible!
You know, this is one of those rare occasions where I would be inclined to agree with this woman, except if we were in any other point in human freaking history. Right now, the need for validation is practically a currency with modern women, so pretty much any single time they hear something they don't like, it's a reason to go online and start screaming and ranting and raving just so they can get some attention and pity. And we're pretty much at the point where if a modern woman doesn't let things bother her, well, then she's going to be bored out of her mind and even go further into insanity because she's had to shut up for more than 32 seconds. So yeah, I really do think this advice is going to be falling on deaf ears, sister.
The second you start taking things personally and getting defensive, you literally just show that your self-worth is low. Because you can have strong opinions and understand that they might not be true to everyone else. And vice versa, just because someone else believes something else doesn't mean you have to believe it too. But a strong, secure person can hear someone else's opinion, can hear someone else's beliefs, and say, cool, that's true for you, not true for me. We don't have to agree. We have our own opinions, and that's great. It's literally one of the most magnetic energies you're ever gonna get into, and no one can fuck with you if you don't care. I'm telling you, try practicing this, and your life is going to transform in so many ways.
Good luck.
7 years old, and I have a boyfriend for the first time. Can't believe I'm saying that. So you can see I posted that video January 7th, and I've got a little update. It is May 21st, and I've officially been married for well over a month. How freaking cool is it that I can just say I married my first boyfriend? I've seen the video that I filmed before I got married. I wanted to go give a little update with this stitch, just now that I'm officially married and I've been married for, you know, more than a day. Life is literally the best ever. I know it's only been like a month and a half. Every day is literally heaven. Like, it's the best. I was driving 25 to 35 minutes depending on traffic every single day since the day we got together to come here as soon as I could, and then I would leave super late at night. So it's been really nice not to have to do that anymore.
Congratulations!
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news there, sweetheart, but your marriage, yeah, it's doomed to fail, and it's ultimately going to be your fault. Now, you can't see it now because you've been married for about a month, so everything is still going to feel great and wonderful. But as time goes on, you're going to find excuses to resent this man, and it's all because of the language that you're using right now. You're bragging that you married your first boyfriend, not the fact that he's a good man or that you love him or want to take care of him. It's just because now you don't have to drive 35 minutes to see him, and the marriage makes things more convenient for you. You're only allowed to brag about being married is if you made it 40 or, I don't know, 50 years successfully, because by that point, you've ironed out all of the issues and you make a good team together. But yeah, that's not happening, sweetheart. You're way too drunk on the smell of your own farts in order for that to happen.
I don't know if I've ever said this on the internet. Maybe, I don't know. I was living with my parents beforehand, and I was filming in the bedroom, and now I have my own filming room. I'm also getting a lot more sleep than I was before because I don't have to drive to be able to see him. I know some people think that's way, way, way too fast, but both of us felt like it was the right decision. We both knew that we were the person for each other, so why wait? So you might have noticed a tiny bit of set change. We're working on more of a set change. Soon I will be having a bunch of shelves built right here, thanks to my husband, who's really good at building stuff. My husband, still getting used to that. Did I do a good job hiding it though? I don't know. I was kind of worried when I started filming in this room that you might notice, but like the wall color's only slightly different. And I'm so excited to start being able to film with this on my finger. Let me know if you have any questions or want any other updates.
Nope.
That would be a waste of time.
Yeah, I'm giving you about 2 months at the absolute maximum if I'm being generous with my guess. I mean, lady, look at you for a second. You've spent more time talking about your recording space and bragging about your ring and about how you don't have to drive very long to go see him, and you're not mentioning one good thing about this guy outside of the fact that he's good at building stuff, which just goes to show you're looking at this guy as if what he can do for you instead of what you can do for him. So the only update that we're going to be interested in is the one where you start crying about how it didn't work out and how you're on a healing journey to go find your most true and authentic self. We'll see you in a couple of years, sweetheart.
So, see ya, and I wouldn't want to be here.
Okay, but seriously, where are the guys that just want one good woman to come home to? I mean, I'll bend it over as soon as you walk in the door, but I gotta be that one, okay?
What's that, shit? It's a shit smell. Is that you? Smells like Popo.
I don't know if it's my deep-rooted cynicism or the fact that these women can't stop lying, but I can't help but think that this woman's not being perfectly honest with us. Let's just go ahead and do a deep dive and find out what exactly she's all about, shall we?
I want to know how these girls are making so much posting stuff you can see on like Twitter or their Instagram. Meanwhile, I'm getting raw dog trying to come up with the kinkiest shit I can think of. And I can tell you, I'm not like making millions. Okay, I once got with a man who got hard from just making eye contact with me. And I really need to find that again.
So a man recently offered me $500 to send him a video of me shirtless singing him happy birthday. But I refused because I'm like really self-conscious about my singing voice.
I sure hope somebody picks up that phone.
Do what?
Because I f***ing called it!
Yeah, that sounds about right. It seems like any modern woman who's complaining about finding dudes are either hopelessly single to the point of being militant, or they're just spice miners trying to get guys to pay money to see her slippery doom cave of salty hopelessness.
That's why I praise the Lord for prostitutes.
And I guess that's to be expected. But if there's one thing we can take solace is that these women will most likely be replaced with AI bots as they grow older and can't make any more money. Even though that is also kind of depressing. I mean, we were promised so much. Flying cars didn't happen. Machines that use lasers to melt down cubes of solidified Kentucky bourbon? Nope. And now it seems like they've even stolen Terminator 2 from us. We were promised death robots, dual-wielding phased plasma rifles in the 40-watt range, and we can't even get that. Instead, we're getting AI thoughts. But this does mean that this broad will be out of work within the next 2 years, so hey, I guess there is some justice in this world. Which is why I'm honored to have the fine members of the Bounty Board to sit back and enjoy the computerized Armageddon. I know we'd make one hell of a squad if Skynet rears its ugly head in our neck of the woods. We turn those freaks into scrap by supper time over at Skeeter's house, and for that, I salute ya. All hail! And if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out the Bounty Board over on Patreon, where $5 a month gets you access to exclusive content you're not going to find on YouTube.
Things men do to get you to chase them and what you're going to do instead. Number one, he's going to plan a date, and then the day of, he's going to go radio silent. What he wants you to do in that moment is crash out and blow up his phone and say, hey, we had a date. That was so rude. You're just going to cancel on me? Absolutely not. Negative attention is still attention. The behavior that will be repeated is the one you reward. So you reward his nonsense with distance and disinterest. 2, he's going to tell you a story and he's going to bring up a random girlfriend, a girl that he's just so buddy-buddy with. He's doing this to test your self-confidence, to see if you're going to ask, who is she? What does she look like? Don't fall for it.
This is scary.
Well, I hate to break it to you, sister, but the men you want aren't going to chase you. First off, there's nothing worth chasing, and even if there was, chasing is only fun for about maybe 1 or 2 seconds before it becomes a complete and utter pain in the ass and just makes it not worth it. Now, if a guy is not talking to you the day of a date, it's probably because he's busy. He's not like you. He's actually responsible for getting things done in his day, and he's not just going to be focusing all of his attention on you when it's something that's happening later. You should just assume that the date's going to happen, and if you get stood up, well then that's your freaking problem. If a guy is mentioning a random girlfriend, it really depends on the context of the conversation, but let's just face it, with you, it's anytime he brings it up because you have nothing of merit to say.
Next, he's gonna neg you. He's gonna say, I usually go for blondes when you're a brunette. What you're gonna do in that moment is you're gonna look him dead in the eyes and say, I'm really glad you brought that up. I typically go for men who make more money, and then you're gonna change the subject. Next is what I call the martyr. He's gonna tell you about his ex and how she was so obsessed with money. And so what he's actually doing is he's priming you never to ask for anything, go 50-50, and in fact, he is gonna want you to overcompensate and prove that you're not like other girls. The hell you are. You're gonna tell him, hey, I know a great spot, and then you're gonna drop him off at a therapist office and never look back. Next is the pullback. After you guys get intimate or you guys have an incredible date, he's gonna completely disappear for days. He is doing this to test if you are emotionally dependent on him. Do not reach out. He has not passed away. He is completely fine.
Emotional damage. Maybe I'm wrong on this one, but I really don't think it's a smart idea for you to be using your dating failures as an excuse to show that you're an expert when it comes to the psyches of men. Just because you kept choosing crappy men over and over and over again does not mean that the proud members of the illustrious Bottom 95% Club are coming up with all of these tests and schemes to see what they can get away with you. That's not really how we act. I mean, we're going to see if you're a nice person, and if you're not, then we're just not going to waste our time. We don't have the time to be coming up with all of these diabolical schemes because we're too busy with our freaking lives and enjoying our peace just to annoy you. Because trust me, sister, you've got that one nailed down, and we're not going to get in your way.
You're welcome. Hey, you're welcome. Hey, don't mention it. Use that freedom in any way you like.
I have this eternal struggle where it's like, I want my husband to be the provider, make all the money, pay all the bills, do the adulting things, fix everything around the house, take care of my car, take the trash out, make all the plans, handle our finances. So basically do everything while I just lie around and like only do things when I feel like doing them. But like, I'm not talking about traditional gender roles because I'm not cooking, I'm not cleaning, I'm not doing his laundry. I also don't like to be told what to do. I can make my own decisions and I like making my own money. Can somebody help?
I want, me, mine, now.
So, in other words, you're a child. Actually, I'm sorry. I apologize. I have to walk that one back because calling you a child is far too much of a compliment. No, you're more like a baby, and not even one of those cute babies. You're the baby that's left at the orphanage until you turn the age of 14, and you're thrown into a coal mine to spend the rest of your life in indentured servitude. Yeah, I'd say that's a better description. And you're not willing to do anything for this guy. You can't cook, you won't clean, and you won't even take out the freaking garbage. One man's gonna want to deal with that. He's really not, because you're just acting like a spoiled brat. But at least the freaking baby has the excuse of not being able to move around on its own accord. So what's your freaking excuse, sweetheart? And that's gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a couple of comments, and be sure to share this video so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you once again for checking out the new video, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.